There are 3 things that have improved my math scores over the years. And today I'm going to share one of those strategies with you, using hands-on manipulatives. Here's one of my favorite ways to tackle that: a Halloween-themed counting collections. It will help build number sense and make multiplication fun. If you've seen my other clips, you know that I love to use manipulatives to teach math. So the best part about doing a counting collections activity is that the kids only have to count one set of items. And it's great because you can rotate these around. You don't have to create new items. And if you do it twice a month, you're only doing 2 rotations a month. You can also differentiate. I know my students that are still struggling with number sense. So those students, I give a lesser amount of items to count. And then I create baggies for students who need that challenge and give them the bag with more items in it. When I do my counting collections, I like to do it at least twice a month. And I usually do them on Fridays because Fridays are our testing days. So that's kind of a fun time to do the math activity. You're probably thinking, counting collections with 4th grade? Yeah, right. But believe me, when I attempted the counting collections for the first time, it was an eye-opening experience. I was amazed at how students couldn't choral count by 10s, 20s, 40s, and then when they finally grouped their items together and arranged them in the way that they could go back and find the total, if I was to ask them how many they had in the first row, they literally forgot what they were counting by and had to go back and count one by one. It was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, rather than 5, 10, 15, 20, or 10, 20, 30, 40. In this first part of the video, you're going to see me introducing the counting collections, going over the PowerPoint, and what I should see students writing on their collections worksheet. Today we are going to count a large number of items in a fun and easy way. So instead of counting one by one, we can group our items to count. When we count our groups, what are some ways that we can count our groups? We can count by what, Rosalind? 10. We can count by 10s. What's another quicker way to count our groups? Erin? 5. By 5s. Another friendlier way. Victor? 50. Maybe 50s. Items. I highlighted mini cups, coffee filters, cups, and cupcake liners. We're going to use those to organize our items. How are you going to record your information on this paper? What are some examples that we could use on our worksheet? Are we going to count every single spider and draw every single spider? No. If we're showing a group of spiders, what can we do? Raising your hand, please. What can we do? Jacob? We can draw one group, and how are you going to label so I know how many spiders are in? For example, if you're counting by 10, what would you draw? A circle with 10 in the middle. Okay. All right, so everyone has one of these in front of them. We're going to record again, going back to what Jacob said. If you are counting by 10s, you can show a circle as your group and label in the middle the number that you are counting by. You're going to estimate before you start your collection. You're going to look at your bag and you're going to think, how many do you have? Do you have 50? Do you have 100? What do you think is in your collection? And you're going to write that there. What is it? Label it. Oh, I'm counting the spiders today. Okay. Once you're done, I want you to record your multiplication sentence here. Okay. And then you write the total. Also, we're going to go back and review the different skills that we have. Hundreds, tens, ones. I want you to write it in expanded form and word form. If I gave you 100 more, how many items would you have? If I took away and you had 100 less, how many items would you have? And then Mrs. Ryland's number is 10 times as many. So looking at what you counted, what would my number be if it's 10 times as many? And you're going to round to the nearest 10. So stick around. You're going to want to see students counting their items in action.
Counting by fives, all right. And then how many cup liners are you putting in each row? 10. Okay, so why are you doing 10 in each row? Cup liners. Or cupcake liners, sorry.
Multiply 5 times 10
Uh-huh.
times 5.
Okay, so tell me how you organized your group.
We counted by 10 and each one of them have 10.
Uh-huh.
And this is 10, 20,
Okay.
10, 20, 10, 20.
So how many skulls do you have all together?
We can count by 10.
Okay, so can you show me? You and Brian, can you show me? Okay.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
You have 100, but I see that there's one piece on the side. Do we include that one?
Yeah.
So what do we have?
101.
101. Okay, good. Now, why did you decide to count by tens?
By 10s are easy.
Okay. So what if we added another group of 10? How many would we have altogether?
101. 101.
What if we had another group of 10? So how much did we have here so far?
100.
100. Another group of 10 would give us what?
110.
110. And then one more?
111.
111. Okay, so how are we going to record this? How are you going to record this? What are you going to draw here?
We want to put 10, and we're going to.
Okay, so can you show me what that looks like? Can you draw that out for me? Brian, can you show me as well? Okay, so how did you group your bats?
Okay, we group them into 20s.
Okay, why did you group them into 20s?
Because it would be like the easiest number that we both know how to skip that way.
Okay, so can you tell me how many bats you had?
We had 131.
Okay, 100 and what?
31.
30. Okay, show me. Well, okay, count what you have right now. If you said you grouped them by 20, so count.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 40, 160, 180, and 200.
Oh, would you like to clarify your thinking? Would you clarify your thinking? Let's count that one. Are you sure everything was in groups of 20? Okay, so let's try that again. Let's Coral count again.
20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, and 200.
200, and then I see that there's one by itself.
Yeah.
So what do we have?
201.
201. So you might want to revise your counting collections. Now, I'm noticing that you kind of lined it up in an array. Was there an easier way to count that? If we count it by rows. So how many would be in the first row?
5.
Okay, there's 5 cups of 20. How much is that?
5 cups of 20.
Yeah. Don't you have 5 little cups of 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much is that in the first row?
25. Like one row?
Yeah.
100.
100. Okay, and the next row would be what?
Another 100.
Another 100. So you actually organized it in a way to help you. So if you knew that you had 20 in each cup and you had 5 groups, so 20. So 5 groups of 20 is what? 5 groups of 20 is? You just said it earlier. 5 is 100. So we have 100, and another 100 is
200.
200 plus 1.
201.
Okay, show me what that would look like. What would that look like as far as your equation? So you had how many? So what does the 10 represent?
How much cups there are?
Okay, so there's 10 groups. What does the 20 represent?
How much there is in one cup?
Okay, and so I noticed you put the parentheses. Why did you do that?
Because it's already like because they go together.
Because okay, so they go together. So that's what you did first?
Yeah. We're gonna add one because there's only
Because that one wasn't part of the group of
yeah.
20. That's why you were able to put the parentheses, because those go together.
There are so many different skills that you can cover with this counting collections. I hope you give it a try. It's fun for the kids, it helps to build number sense, and it makes math fun. Thanks for watching and happy teaching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. See you next time.